this is the Nike Vomero 18. While in previous years they've never gone all in the max cushion category, they certainly did this year. But have all these drastic changes made for an actual contender in the category, it's time to put them on and go for a run. Hi, my name is Mats, I'm an 18-year-old middle distance runner, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the Nike Vomero 18. Now before we dive into the video, I'm going to go over a few things about my running form and my best distances. I think it's important for you to know when deciding whether or not you want to buy this shoe. First of all, my PBs. My 800 PB is 153 and that's run a little over a year ago, so I guess I can run a little quicker now. My 1500 is 349, which is pretty recent, and I think that's a pretty good time for me. In my 5K that I done recently, I ran 14:25, and to add a little extra PB, I did a 400 meters at 95% in a workout, and I ran 51 seconds. Now onto my running form. I'm going to be giving you my 5K dynamics, so most of you can understand and relate a little better. My cadence is 168 steps per minute, and my stride length is 2 meters and 16. In that race, I run 14:25. With that out of the way, let's head into the review. I'm going to be talking about 3 topics: experience, midsole, and materials. The experience of this shoe has everything to do with the midsole. This is the softest foam I have ever felt in a shoe, apart from one, which I'll talk about in the end. The heel in this shoe is what makes this such a great recovery run shoe. The heel is by far the softest part about this shoe, and then it gradually gets firmer but still very soft when rolling and pushing yourself off. In the landing phase you really feel how much cushioning and softness this shoe has to provide, and when you start to pick up the pace, you surprisingly feel a bounce and responsiveness in the forefoot, which makes for an incredibly fun shoe to run with. I not only like this shoe for my recovery runs, but also for my daily runs of about 12 kilometers or shorter. Because for anything longer, I prefer a shoe that's a little bit more firm than this. I also really recommend this shoe for warm-ups, but especially cool-downs. Because when you've done a harder workout and your legs are really tired and maybe a little bit stiff, it's really nice to have such a soft shoe that also actually has a really nice rocker. The shoe actually rolls off really well, so you don't need to push yourself off as hard, which makes the turnover a little more effortless in my opinion. The materials are what make this shoe even more enjoyable. Thanks to a stylish and good looking upper, it makes wearing the shoe even more fun for me. A comfortable upper, a nicely padded tongue and good laces are exactly in line with the experience of this shoe. It's not the most breathable, but it's not a problem for me. The outsole of the Vomero is great for probably any surface you're planning to run on in this shoe. They have reduced the rubber coverage on the shoe, which makes for a little softer experience, but probably reduces the durability with a few runs. This shoe has been out for a while and I have not seen a single complaint about this. I also have run a little over 100 kilometers in these and they feel and look almost brand new. So if it improves the experience of this shoe and reduces the durability by a few runs, personally I'm going to be all for it. Now we're going to go over some of the shoes I would like to pair these with. I'm going to put the Nike Vomero 18 obviously at the max cushion category. I could put this shoe at the daily trainer side as well, but I want to make a full rotation with all the shoes I can. For the daily trainer, I'm going to give it to the Ride 18. It is not too tall, it is not too low to the ground, it's very nice, responsive, and it handles all of those daily workouts really well in my opinion. It's not overkill, it's not underkill, it's just right for the job. For the long run, I'm going to go to On and choose the Cloudmonster Hyper. I think this shoe is great for the long runs because it gives you just so much support when being on your feet a little longer, like it says just in the, you probably can't see it, but in the insole it says fresh legs, fast legs. And I completely agree with that, even though, you know, it's just a fun quote. But I really agree with that. It just supports your legs really well. They stay fresh throughout the whole run. It's nice and responsive because of the helium foam, I think it's called, in the forefoot, which gives for a nice responsive feel. Then for the tempo workout, I'm also going to go to On for the Cloud Boom Zone. Probably a lot of you have never even heard about this. It's really a massively underrated shoe in my opinion. It's great for long runs with some tempos in it, with some recovery runs in between them. I've done 1K repeats in these at 5K pace. They handle that really nicely. I've done 2400s in these at faster than 5K pace. I've done 300 repeats at 1500 meter pace. I've done fast 200s in these. I've probably done all workouts you could possibly think of besides recovery runs and daily runs, because that's just an overkill for what this shoe is for. But I just think this is the best tempo run shoe that you could ask for in my opinion. I would like to give a shout out to the Saucony Endorphin Speedfall. Before I tried on the Cloud Boom Zone, I always ran with these. They're pretty similar, they're just a little softer, a little less versatile, a little less speedy. And then some of you are going to want a race shoe on the road. I'm also going to go to On for that. And then we have the Cloud Boom Strike. This is a shoe I was talking about in the beginning of the video. I'll come to for the softest shoe I've ever worn, and that is this one. It is thanks to a very innovative design by On, and it is the insole that you put in the shoe. So you basically are directly on top of the foam, which gives you more support than you otherwise would. It gives you way more softness than in any other shoe I have ever worn, which is why this shoe is by far my favorite race running shoe for the roads. But if you have the chance to try this shoe out, I am so much gonna recommend you to try these and give them a go, because I just think they're by far the best running shoes for road running that I've ever seen. And if you think I've not tried enough shoes, don't worry. I've tried all of the Alpha Flies, I've tried all of the Vaporflies, I tried the Metaspeed, Paris Edge, I've tried the Adidas Pro 4, I've tried the Hoka Cielo X2, I think it's called. I've tried the Brooks racing shoe, I've tried the New Balance racing shoe, and I don't think any of those are even closer as a contender for the Cloud Boom Strike, which is probably the most clear winner for me personally in all of these categories. That was it for the review. Thank you for watching. I hope I made you decide whether this shoe is for you or not, or at least learn something from it. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Peace.